Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Papa's Tackle Box. Yes, episode 11. Thank you to everyone that has gone on this journey with us through the first 10 episodes, and we just hope that you are ready for many, many more to come. If you're brand new to the podcast, I get the honor of sitting down with Papa as he pulls things out of his tackle box that he shares with each and every one of us. It's just small little nuggets that can hopefully make our week better and maybe ease some of the troubles that we're having in life. To all our subscribers that have subscribed to us, thank you so much for the continued support. For everyone that's following us on Facebook and Instagram, thank you for being there and just helping us grow our audience. We're really grateful for each and every one of you, and we would not be doing this if it wasn't for you at all. So, thank you so much again from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate it. And without any further ado, you are listening to Papa's Tackle Box, and here's Papa.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me today as I reach into my tackle box, and I have been reaching deep, digging and plundering through my tackle box today. And so I want to talk to you about a subject that if you've been following Papa Learns the Internet, I'm trying to learn the internet. I'm trying to learn some different things. And so today I want to talk about hashtag stay connected. There's no denying it. Technology helps us communicate in so many ways across the country, around the world, anytime, day or night. Text, do a selfie, get an unexpected FaceTime call. Every tech company right now is trying to capitalize on the ways their products keep us connected with friends and family. You've seen the commercials, grandparents talking to their grandkids on a video chat through a tablet. We've all seen it, the newborn baby in a hospital room being watched by an anxious family member, or a dad who's away on a business trip and he's reading a bedtime story to his little boy at home. And I've just learned a new trick on my phone so that I can talk to my mom and see her at the same time face to face, and she can see my face while we're in this lockdown or trying to get out of the lockdown. But during this time that we were kind of quarantined, I wanted to just see my mom's face. Our ability to call, text, Skype, chat, post, this enhances our ability to stay in touch with people in our lives. But I got to tell you, it's not the same as actually being there. Now, you're going to say, okay, yes, you're old school. Well, I might be because I'm getting older. But you got to remember, I'm not old as dirt, but hey, when I was growing up, we had one phone in the house. It hung on the side of the wall and had a cord to it. And we were on what was called a party line. And there were two other families with us. And so our phone had a unique ring, and we'd know that phone call was for us. But sometimes when you wanted to talk on the phone and you'd pick up the phone, so-and-so would be talking to so-and-so, and you might have to wait a little while before you could get to talk. So I do go that far back. You used to have a telephone book or a list of numbers written out on a piece of paper and pencil beside the telephone. It's one thing to FaceTime a child's first birthday. It's another thing to actually taste the cake and hear the laughter in your ear and watch them take their little breath and blow out a candle. As much as tech providers and gadget companies want us to believe that we can stay connected wherever we are at any time, whatever we're doing, it's not the same thing as being there. Because of staying at home for the last 2 months, staying connected through social media only, spending all our time online, I think that we might have lost a little intimacy there with the people around us, detaching ourselves from interpersonal relationships. And so I do think that when we start back into socializing, I wonder, will it be difficult, or will we just bounce back, or will we step back and say, well, I've survived pretty good like this. So I've been asking myself different things. So here's a principle for you. We have to make sure that technology is enhancing our relationships, not replacing them. Focus on interacting with them rather than just liking what they post. The question I would like to ask you today as you're listening to this podcast is, how is technology changing your relationships? During his final Passover meal with his disciples, Jesus washed his disciples' feet. How significant was this? Washing a person's feet was the job of a servant or a slave. People of nobility and wealth, well, they had servants to perform these menial tasks like this. The servant's position was the one Jesus chose to place himself in. Jesus, the very Son of God, washed the feet of not even nobles, but 12 rowdy, dirty-footed guys. Jesus was demonstrating his love for them. He wanted to make it clear that he did not consider himself too high and too mighty to do one of the most menial, most personal tasks one person can do for another. Then there's what Jesus said after the meal. A new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another, according to John chapter 13, verse 34 through 35. It's important to consider not just what Jesus said, but even what he didn't say. He said, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. Jesus didn't say everybody will know you if you have perfect theology. Jesus didn't say everybody will know you are one if you attend church regularly. He says the world will know by how much we love one another. This is how we will know if technology isn't the proper place in our lives, but how well we love one another. Here's another principle. It's hard to wash someone's feet with a phone in your hand. Maybe it's time to put down the device and pick up a towel and serve. Well, yeah, but we're closed in right now, but they're starting to open up in some areas and let us do a few things. So maybe it's time to put the device down, pick up a towel, and serve. There are three things that I want to explore today to see how technology is changing the way we relate to people in our lives, especially these last 2 months. Is it going to change the way we relate to people? The first thing that I want to explore is the term friend is evolving. It used to be that when someone said another person was a friend, you understood exactly what that meant. A friend was someone who shared common interests or bonds, someone you enjoyed being around, someone you did life with. Now a friend can be someone you've never met. Friends can be people who follow you, what you post on social media. If you follow them, but they don't follow you, that's another kind of friend. And if you both follow each other, that's yet another kind of friend. Statistics say that the average American Facebook user has 338 Facebook friends. But statistics indicate that the average American has only 2 friends they consider to be close. Everyone knows at least you need 6 friends. You know why you need at least 6 friends? Because that's how many it takes to carry a casket. But a shocking statistic also says that 25% of Americans today say they have 0 friends. So with us being shut in for the last 2 months and not being able to socialize, what is that going to do when we are able to come out of all of this? Does it really matter that you have 338 Facebook friends if you have no one to share your life with, no one to hang out with, or just drop by unannounced? The second thing I want to explore is I think we're addicted to immediate affirmation. Now, let's go back about 10 or 15 years ago. In the old days, if you started feeling lonely, what did you do? Well, you might pick up a phone and call a friend. You might say, hey, can we get together? You want to go do this? Want to go do that? Or something like that. Or maybe you might just walk outside and visit your next door neighbor. Of course, most of us nowadays don't even know our next door neighbor. So, what do we do today? Well, since we're kind of, shut in or coming out of that part of our lives, but what have we been doing for the last couple of months? Text a friend, post an update, share a picture, surf for items to pin. Now, I've had to dig deep today, so I have no clue. I'm not sure exactly what that means, surf for items to pin. Or you might make a video or bake something, share it on an Instagram, or vine a little clip about being bored. I'm not sure I know exactly what that means yet, but maybe someday Papa learns the internet, we'll figure it out. You might take a selfie, snapping picture after picture, trying to get that perfect shot. But we don't have to stop there anymore. We can touch up the photograph, manipulate images, put a caption in it, maybe use a Bible verse and then post it. But what do we do as soon as we post it? We compulsively check our updates, hoping we hit the jackpot. Things like, looking good. All right. They said I was looking good. Where'd you get that shirt? Man, they like my shirt. Oh my gosh, amazing. Well, we often get immediate feedback, quick affirmation. But this, I think, becomes addicting. Even when we don't believe the sender is sincere, we still love receiving it because it's like it gives us a rush. How many people are following us today? Oh, wow, we're up 10 people. Wow, that's great. But what happens if no one responds? Well, I wonder where everybody is today. I wonder how many clicked on it. Did they like it? I wonder who liked it. Why didn't they? Oh, they never like anything I do. I'm going to stop liking their stuff. I think, is it called unfollowed? And if that ain't the right word, well, I'm trying to learn this stuff. Here's another principle. We're living for likes, but I think we're longing for love. We're trying to meet some short-term need, but we're deferring a deeper long-term need of real friendship. The third thing I want to explore is we have the power to do friendship on our own terms. What that means is, or this is what I think it means, if someone texts me, I have some choices. I can read the text right away, read it later, reply as soon as I read it, or reply later, or not reply at all. I have complete control over what I do or what I don't do. I'm in total, complete control of these friendships, and I manage them from a distance. If you're my online friend, I'll show you only the parts of my life that I want you to see and tell you only what I want to tell you. And if I don't want to respond to the things you choose to show me, I'm not going to. Matter of fact, I can just unfollow you. The author of Hebrews wrote, "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works." Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24 in the New Living Translation. How can we become so aggressive in how we show love to one another that people stop and think, hey, these people must be Christians? I don't know that I've ever been in a place where they just sat down and let's talk about how can we show love. The writer also wrote, "And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another," in verse 25. Jesus said, "For where two or three gather in my name, there I am with them." When we come together with other believers in His name, we will experience something special. When we come together, something supernatural happens. God didn't shout His love from heaven. He showed us His love on earth. He became one of us. He lived with us, poured His love into us. Presence is powerful. Why settle for something less? There are two things you can do when we come out of lockdown. Go together with people, physically present, face to face. meet somewhere, have a meal, just sit down and talk. Even if you have to social distance, people are in need. And so people just be present in their lives. Talk, don't text. Just to hear someone's voice is incredible instead of a text. A person-to-person conversation go to amazing places that a texting back and forth will not go. You can hear the words and you can see them face to face. Presence is powerful. Being physically present is important, but you have to also be emotionally engaged too. Don't just be there, be all there. Life is not about how many likes you get, it's all about how much love you show. Don't just pray for people, pray with them. Don't just like what they post, like who they are. Get involved in one another's lives. Others won't know you by your likes, they will know you by His love. That's what makes you a better fisherman. When you get involved in the lives of others, when you care for them right where they are, and you do life with them. I don't know any other time that we've ever lived in that we need to get involved in others people's lives, checking on them to make sure they're okay, if they're in need, or is anything going on in their lives. That's, I think, and we can do it socially through social media, but there is something still powerful in that just the present being there, being able to see their face, hear their voice, and see them and be able to look in their eyes. And that's how we get involved in other people's lives, and we don't let technology take over our lives, that we still can be sociably, even no matter what's going on around us, we can still smile at somebody. Right now we're not shaking hands and we're not hugging, but you can still smile. And we were talking, can you see the smile through a mask? Well, they'll have to read it through our eyes. So if the eyes are a window to the soul, let people really see what's going on inside of you. And so that's just kind of what I pulled out today is hashtag stay connected. That's one of the things we've been doing here at the church, was we're trying to stay connected to you, but we're wanting you to stay connected to us. And that's how we're doing it, through social media. But soon, we're going to do it face to face again. So I hope we haven't lost our social skills and that we'll be able to just interact and have a good time seeing each other face to face. So, well, I see it's time to reel it in. So until next time, keep fishing.
Hey, thanks everyone for listening to Papa's Tackle Box. Make sure that you stay up to date with everything we're doing by following our Facebook page at Legacy Community Church. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Legacy Church FL. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Legacy Community Church. You can also keep up to date with everything we're doing at our website, legacycc.org. And if this podcast has blessed you in any way, you can also give through our website under the Give Now tab. Thanks for listening.